Hey, this will be a video chart on SKGO, Skybridge Technology Group Incorporated. This stock, this chart remains very popular. Requests continue to come in on it, and with the past couple days price action, want to get things updated. Just to answer the question it seems to be the most popular asked, is the chart okay? Well, it depends really on what your strategy is. If you are a day trader and you bought up in this range, then no, things are not okay for you. If you are a daily chart player, and that's what perspective I'm going to take from, because I believe that most people use the daily chart, yes, you are still okay. Yes, the chart is still intact, and things are still fine. Now, obviously, that could change, but for the time being, things are fine. Things look, still healthy from the daily chart perspective. But once again, if you're a day trader and you bought up there, then no, things are not looking good for you. So let's dig in. What I'm going to do here is just map out some supports, resistance levels, and hopefully be able to give everybody, an updated view of what's going on. I did this chart a couple days ago, and what we had was what usually happens. I guess there was some talk about a forward-looking event when they finally put the press release out on it. Gap, people sold the gap, and it's continued pulling back. That happens time and time again in Pennyland. But what separates some charts and companies from another is how it reacts when it gets down towards support levels. And the good news on this one is so far so good. That's acting like you would want to see it. And what do I mean by that? Well, some of these companies where people sell off on the news, that gets down to these moving averages and the price just keeps crashing on through. Not the case here. You can see price came down and bounced very nicely right off the 10-day simple moving average. So for the people that use charts, right here, great example on the power of charts. I can guarantee there are some chartists sitting right down in this area, scooped up some shares, and now they're up in the green for their nice entry point. So with that being said, where are these other key areas of support? Well, the one that you don't want to see fall, and the one that really needs to hold, is right down here at this level. Kind of have a few different price levels, but I'm just going to call it 0.0045. And this is what I'm going to kind of call the must-hold level. Now, what do I mean by must-hold? Well, if this chart's really going to continue up in this nice strong move, then this is the level that's going to need to hold. Within the next couple of days, we'll have the 20-day simple moving average, which is this line here, cross up over it. And if this is going to continue in a nice trend, and if this is really a strong move here, then there should be no problems with this level holding. Now, if it doesn't hold, the chart technically would still be okay because you have the 50-day moving average below you. But from a percentage standpoint, that would be a pretty far drop, because I think if this level can't hold here, once again 0.0045, then the price will probably go down and test its 50-day, which from a percentage speaking, that's a pretty big drop right there. So that wouldn't be too easy to swallow there. But for the time being, it's still holding very nicely above its 10-day. So I'm not saying that this level will even get tested. I'm just saying that if it does, you want to see the definitely price come down here, and if anything, bounce around a little bit before heading back up. Now, shorter term resistance, support, kind of touched on that today. Just simply that 10-day simple moving average there. So since that's kind of a short term, I'm just going to leave it a skinny line to show that it is support. But if the price does go below it, don't freak out, not at the end of the world, because we do have this 0.0045 level down here as support. The other thing about this pullback and about today that was nice is when you correspond it with volume, it was on decreasing volume, so that's good. If we would have had another big volume day like the day before, that would have been pretty rough. But volume is decreasing, just showing that it looks to still to be profit takers, maybe a couple more panic sellers, but it's not like there's any sort of huge dumping or anything going on. Now, if volume picks up and you get a huge volume bar like this, and this support level here breaks, then that's not a good sign. That's not a combination you want to see. But thus far, that hasn't been the case. Now, in terms of resistance levels, the first one I'm going to map out is just more of a shorter term one that I don't think will put up too much of a fight, but nonetheless is a resistance, and that is at 0.0078 right here. So I'll change that to red. And then the more key one is just simply the previous high, which was up here at 009. With a break of that, the chart can start to get some new legs again and hopefully make a run. But at this point in time, the main concern for people should be, are we get a nice healthy consolidation phase down here. Now I wouldn't worry about testing here until we can get a few more probably sideways days and see if these support levels can hold up strong and make sure the bears don't push us down through any of them or anything like that. So that is where the chart stands. If there are any other questions, please shoot me a message. I'd encourage you also to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. And best part is everything's free, no strings attached, so it's worth at least signing up and giving it a try. One more time, this was SKGO. Thanks for listening.